Former policeman who was suspected, I beg your pardon, to be the bomber in the court complex explosion in Punjab's Ludhiana. Now, sources tell us that he wanted to destroy records in a drug case that was filed against him. The suspect, identified as GAGANDEEP Singh, was killed in the blast. The police is now confirming that he indeed was the person who had put together this entire bomb. He was a head constable and was dismissed from service in 2019 and spent 2 years in jail following his arrest in a drug trafficking case. He was released back in September and was scheduled to appear in court in the drugs case that was filed against him. Sources have now told NDTV that he made this plan to destroy the court records room where the case papers against him were in fact stored.
ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ deceased ਹੈ he was carrying the explosive, but that was an initial assessment. ਜਿਵੇਂ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਅੱਗੇ ਵੱਧਦੀ ਗਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਯਕੀਨ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ he turned out to be a dismissed head constable of Punjab police who had been arrested by the STF for carrying narcotic drugs. The case which had been registered in this regard way back in 2019, this was FIR number 75 dated 11th of August 2019. 2 ਸਾਲ ਜੇਲ੍ਹ ਤੇ ਰਹਿਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਗਗਨਦੀਪ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਲ ਹੋਇਆ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਲਿੰਕਸ ਜੇਲ੍ਹ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੰਜਾਬ 'ਚ and from abroad with Khalistani elements, with terror outfits, with mafia outfits.
Ghazali joins us with the very latest. Ghazali, the DGP there, in fact, clarifying once again that it was indeed GAGANDEEP Singh who stayed behind bars for 2 years, who carried out this particular explosion. They're still saying that they're trying to investigate who exactly he was linked with. But sources are also indicating that this was not linked to a larger terror network, and in fact he was just trying to destroy the documents that were linked to his own case.
See, there are two things. One, that his motive of this crime, which the DGP described, was that as of now it appears that since his case was to come up in the same Ludhiana court, the NDPS case which he was facing, and he was under trial in that case and he was released after spending 2 years in the jail, his motive appeared to the police that he may want to scare the judiciary. And he was assembling the bomb in the washroom or near the washroom where this blast took place, killing him and injuring 6 others. But the DGP stresses that they are still investigating that from where this entire explosive material was supplied to him. He went on to say that while he was in the jail, he got in touch with people who are having Khalistani elements or the terror outfits or the drug mafia. So all that is still being investigated, but the DGP hinted that he was in touch with people who may be based out of Pakistan. That is one thing he confirms. And besides this incident, the DGP also briefs about the 2 other sacrilege incidents. One about Kapurthala, where he himself says that no proof of sacrilege was found there. That is why the FIR was amended and the Gurudwara caretaker was arrested for killing, and a separate FIR has been registered for the lynching of that young man in Kapurthala, who entered into the Gurudwara premises for the purpose of theft, but he was mistaken for being involved in sacrilege, and later a mob sort of gathered there and killed him. As far as the Golden Temple sacrilege case is concerned, he says that the identity of the accused or the deceased in both Kapurthala and Golden Temple case have not yet been ascertained.